One of the things I'm really grateful for being from such a small town is just the relationships that I've gotten to maintain. There's a lot of people in my life that are a lot like family that I grew up with, and they were either, my friends from high school or my friends' parents, and that's what makes it special. So I grew up in Center Ridge, Arkansas. I was also raised on the Florida Gulf Coast, but Center Ridge is where all my family is currently, and man, it was like growing up in a really small town with more cows and people and really tight-knit community. I'm lucky to be from a family that's a great family. My folks were divorced, but I had the best situation that you could have. I got great step-parents and parents. And, my dad in particular, he held me accountable in terms of asking me questions about, well, how are you going to make a living doing this? Well, is this what you're going to pursue? Well, you need to pay attention to what you're doing because life is short. You got these other opportunities. And so it was really, he made me answer some questions that I'm glad that he did. And he said some hard things to me that I'm glad that he did. Center Ridge influenced my music because country radio was on all the time. It was always the default setting. And then being from where a lot of those songs are about, it really hit close to home. So that's probably why I gravitate towards country music. Playing basketball in college really was indirectly, had a lot to do with me playing guitar now because basketball's a winter sport. So you're on campus the entire winter break and everybody else is gone and there's no classes. So there's a lot of PlayStation with your teammates. And that was fun, but I was getting a little bored of that. And I just, for whatever reason, remembered my mom had gotten me this guitar when I was about 12, had a hankering for it. And so she brought it up to a home game and I sat in front of my computer and learned how to play guitar, looking at tab websites. I'm sure the same way a lot of people learn nowadays. As soon as I could play 4 chords on a guitar, I started writing songs. Writing songs was always something I was just really, really interested in, and all my heroes were doing it. So I was writing songs and I was playing out live at a bar close to where I was going to college at a venue. My coach found out that I was kind of doing this. He was not all that pleased, so he told me that was not going to be allowed during the season, but I was really too far in and I couldn't let it go, so I just started playing under a pseudonym. That's where Paul Wayne Walker came from, and I did that until I graduated. My coach and I are still pretty close now, so when he hears this, he'll probably make me run again, but I guess it was kind of worth it.
This song right here I'm about to play you changed my entire life, man. Got me on country radio in between all my heroes. And I don't say that to brag. I say that to say thank you for listening. So if you know it, I would love for you to sing along with me. Never been one to ask for it. Yeah. Need a mountain road and move myself. I ain't the church pew regular twice on Sunday, quote to the scripture count.
I went on this medical missions trip to Haiti with my now fiance, and we got to work alongside doctors, and I just was really transformed in seeing the ways that medicine and physicians could just change people's lives for the better that really needed it. I'd been in Nashville a few years, and one time I was like, well, I don't know how long I'm gonna just keep grinding at this, and you never know where you stand in music. There's no signpost to let you know how close you are, how far away you are. I'm always gonna make music. It's a passion. I couldn't quit if I wanted to, but maybe that's not what I'm gonna do as far as a career is concerned. So I applied to this pre-medical program at Harvard's Extension School, and I got in. It was about 8 weeks before I was gonna move to Cambridge, Boston area, and I got the offer. I got my publishing deal offer that I ultimately signed, that turned into management, that turned into an EP, that turned into a record deal. So I was at a crossroads, but I really haven't second-guessed that decision since then.
A smile that steals me, a heart that heals me, a touch that kills me too. Hey baby, you're perfect. I guess the good Lord heard it.
So I wrote Prayed For You with 2 of my best friends in Nashville. Ash Bowers, who is my manager publisher, signed me to my first publishing deal, and Allison Belts, who is a great friend of mine. We're pretty much family. Anyway, Ash and I were waiting on Allison to get to the right, and she called and said, hey, I'm a little late, but I've got this great idea, I think. And she had just met who's now her husband. So she was on fire about that and came in with this, well, I prayed for you. I didn't know you from Adam. It's more than I could fathom, but I prayed for you. We just kind of built it out from there. We wrote a song that's about a character that's a lot like me, who's just way luckier in life than they deserve. And, if anything, maybe I've persevered and hung on long enough to allow something good to happen. And that's what that song's about. It's about a relationship, but it's really about sticking it out and hanging in there.
Single day before I knew your name, I couldn't see your face, but I prayed for you. Every tail light fade in the goodbye rain. Girl, even today I prayed for you. I kept my faith like that old King James said I'm supposed to. It's hard to imagine bigger than I can fathom. Didn't know you from Adam, but I prayed for you.
Well, I hope folks take away from this that I'm trying to make music from a real place, just trying to be as real as possible and have as much fun as possible. And I'm so lucky to get to play on stage with a killer band. So anytime you come see a show, I can guarantee you one thing, there will be at least 4 people there having a good time, and that'll be the guys on stage.